What fatty acids? This video lets you explain the information about the fatty acids. Another important group of organic substances present in plant and animals are the lipids, and the monomer of lipids is basically the fatty acids. Fatty acids are the organic acids present in the triglycerides, and basically they are the long chain organic compounds having one carboxyl group in their side chain, and they are the hydrolytic product of the fats. The chain length of the carbon is about C4 to C24, and the most interesting thing is that they have even number of carbons. There are various types of fatty acids, and among them these are some important types which are mentioned here: straight chain fatty acid, branch chain fatty acid, substituted fatty acid, cyclic fatty acid, and one more thing is the icosanoids. Straight chain fatty acids are those fatty acids which have, as the name indicates, that they are those fatty acids which have strong, long organic chains, just like organic hydrocarbons, and they have one carboxyl group at the end of the chain. Depending upon the condition, depending upon the presence of double bond and single bond or saturation, they are classified as saturated, unsaturated, monosaturated, and unsaturated fatty acids. Saturated fatty acids are those which do not have any double bond, and they have the general formula of CnH2n plus 1 along with one carboxyl acid. These saturated fatty acids are, depending upon the number of fatty acids, they are further classified as lower chain fatty acid and higher chain fatty acids. Lower chain fatty acids are those fatty acids which have number of carbon less than 10. For example, milk contain various type of lower fatty acids, and another example is acetic acid. Higher fatty acids are those fatty acids which have carbon chain length more than 10 carbon. And the example is, as mentioned in the picture, is palmitic acid or stearic acid. If any double bond is present in the chain length, then they are called as unsaturated fatty acids. Unsaturated fatty acids are further classified depending upon the number of double bonds present in the side chain. If one double bond is present, then they are termed as monounsaturated fatty acids. Just like in case of palmitoleic acid, there is one double bond. In oleic acid, there is one double bond. So they are termed as mono fatty acids. And for example, oleic acid is found nearly all type of fats. Then we have another class of the unsaturated fatty acid is polyunsaturated fatty acids. As the name indicates that these are those fatty acids which have more than one double bond in their long straight chain. For example, and basically we have three important series. First series is linoleic acid. It contains two double bonds, and these two double bonds are basically present. One double bond is present between carbon 9 and carbon 10, and the another double bond is present between carbon 12 and carbon 13. And they are mainly present in the peanut oil, corn oil, cottonseed oil, etc. While another series is linolenic acid, and basically they contain three double bonds, and the carbon chain length is 18. The number of carbon and the number of double bonds between the carbon atoms are 9 and 10, 12 and 30, and 15 and 16. And they are also present in several seeds like linseed oil, rapeseed oil, and soybean oil, or it is also present in fish oil. Then we have arachidonic acid series, and in this series the carbon chain length is about 20, and they have 4 double bonds in their straight chain. Basically, this arachidonic acid is present in the peanut oil, and you can see that these double bonds are basically responsible for the unsaturation. Besides these polyunsaturated um, these polyunsaturated fatty acids are also classified as essential fatty acids. Why they are called essential fatty acids? Because they have to be provided in the diet and our body is not able to synthesize it. However, they are playing very important role in various biological mechanisms, and they are crucial for the maintenance and the performance of the body. For example, in case of blood clot formation, in case of inflammation, several inflammatory mediators are produced from these type of fatty acids. So they are very beneficial and they are very protective, and they boost up the immune system. So they have to be taken to diet. They are classified as either omega-6 fatty acids and omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids are those which are of linolenic series, that is those carbon atoms, linolenic acid, those which have two double bonds in their ring structure, while linolenic acid and arachidonic acids are come under the omega-6 fatty acids, and basically they are present in the fish oil, and they are very good effect on the health. Then we have another type, branch chain fatty acids. Branch chain fatty acids are those fatty acids which have the side chain of the fatty acid is converted into a side branch, that is a methyl group comes in a position, in a such position that it become a branch. For example, pytanic acid. In case of pytanic acid, you can see that this is the pytanic acid, and these are the some side chains of the methyl group. These are initially present in a long straight chain. However, when the side chain are there, they become branched. So another example is the sebaceous glands. Sebum contains branch chain fatty acids. Branch chain fatty acid is also present in certain foods. For example, pytanic acid, it is present in the butter. Another class is the substituted fatty acids. In substituted fatty acids, the hydroxy fatty acids and methyl fatty acids, one or more of the hydrogen atoms have been replaced by the OH group or methyl group. This can be happen in either in saturated or in unsaturated fatty acids, and this is very common, especially in those which have a long chain. The example is the cerebronic acid, which is a glycolipid present in the brain. Another example is the ricinoleic acid present in the castor oil. So the fatty acid present in the brain is cerebronic acid, which is a type of the substituted fatty acid, which is essential for its functioning. Then we have cyclic fatty acids. Cyclic fatty acids are those fatty acids which have a cyclic group in their side chain. Just like you can see that these fatty acids have a ring structure in there along with the straight chain. These are the classes of the straight chain fatty acids. You can say that it's also a straight chain, along with it has a cyclic chain as well. Example is hydrochloric acid, chalmogaric acid, and boric acid. Chalmogaric acid is obtained from the chalmogra seeds. Then these cyclic fatty acids and substituted fatty acids both are clinically useful, as they can, for example, chalmoric acid and hydrochloric acid is used for the treatment of leprosy. Another type of fatty acid is there, which is called as eicosanoids, and they are basically derived from the arachidonic acid, and they are convert into the several prostaglandin and thymoxine by or leukotrienes by the two most important enzymes, which are cyclooxygenase and lipoxygenase. Both these fatty acids are very essential for the signaling of the inflammation in the body, and they play a very important part in the production of the fever and inflammation of in the body, and indicative of the any infectious disease or any traumatic problematic disease in the body. Very important type of fatty acids. Then we should understand the nomenclature, how they are named. The most common name system is that the suffix is usually N is IN. It is very simple. However, on the basis of saturation, they are further identified by means of the suffix enoic acid. If the name is N in enoic acid, then they must be a saturated fatty acid. For example, we have the example of the octanoic acid. Octanoic acid is shows that it has the 8 carbon chain and it has no double bond. Octanoic acid. While if there is unsaturation and if it is single unsaturation, then it will simply identify by the suffix enoic at the end of the name of the fatty acid. For example, octadecanoic acid, which is the name of the oleic acid, having the 18 carbon in their straight chain, having one double bond. The name is oleic acid. I am repeating, octadecanoic acid. Octa means 8 and deci means 10, so that there is total 18 carbon in oleic acid. Furthermore, carbon atoms are numbered from the carboxylic group terminal. And there are one terminal is there which is N in the methyl group, and one terminal is there which is N in the carboxylic group. So the fatty acids are numbered on the basis of the carboxylic acid and the carboxylic acid. The carbon adjacent to the carboxylic acid is termed as the carbon atoms are numbered from the carboxylic acid and its name is carbon number 1. The carbon adjacent to the carboxylic group, that is carbon number 2, is known as alpha carbon. While carbon atom number 3 is beta carbon, and the end carbon is known as the omega carbon. And this is end or a methyl group. This end of the methyl group is called as the omega carbon. There are certain indications for the presence of the double bond. If there is only single bond is there, then we just indicate the number of the bond. However, delta sign is the indicative of the double bond. For example, in this case, position of the double bond. Delta 9 means that the position of double bond is between the 9 and 10 carbon atoms. Another method of naming of the fatty acid is that we should name the carbon, we should count the number of carbon atoms, we should count the number of double bonds, and we should illustrate the position of the double bonds. For example, in case of oleic acid is expressed as 18.1.9, where 18 indicates it is the name of oleic acid. .9 is oleic acid, and 18 indicates the number of carbon chain length present in the oleic acid, and 1 indicates the number of double bond present in the oleic acid, and 9 indicates the position of the double bond. Then we have some properties of the fatty acids. As the name indicates, that they are the fats. They are the monomers of the fats, so they have same characteristic as that of fatty acids, as that of lipids and fats. And according to the blood slide area, they are insoluble in water, and solubility in one or more organic solvents such as ether, chloroform, benzene, acetone, and so they are very soluble in the fat solvents. And the degree of solubility is basically depends upon the number of carbon atoms present in the hydrocarbon chain. If the chain is increased, then the hydrocarbon melting point is also increased, and the solubility in the fat solvent is also increased. Shorter the chain, less solubility and less will be the melting point. As the melting point is increasing, then solubility and melting point will also change. There are the possibility that if we talk about the isomerism in the fatty acid, there are two important isomerism found in the fatty acid. Number one is the geometric isomerism, and second one is the positional isomerism. The geometric isomerism is basically present in the unsaturated fatty acid. In unsaturated fatty acid, as we know that there is a double bond, and when there is a double bond, then there is a chance that the compound is orient itself in two different positions on those double bonds which is between two carbons. They depend on the orientation of the radicals around the axis of the double bond. So if the radicals are on the same side, the bond is called the cis form, and this is the most natural occurring form. So we can say that fatty acids in unsaturated form is mostly present in the cis form. If they become deteriorated or undergo hydrogenation process, then they convert into the trans form. What happens in the trans form? Their side becomes opposite. If the radicals came on the opposite side, then the classification and the type of isomerism is called the trans form. The cis form is comparatively more reactive. Folic acid and elaidic acid both have the same molecular formula, and they have two different structures. The structure we will discuss later on. Then we have positional isomerism, and positional isomerism in fatty acid is not so much important. However, this isomerism exists, so we are discussing that a variation in the location of the double bond will name the fatty acid, and along the unsaturated fatty acid chain produce isomers of that compound. For example, oleic acid compound could have the possibility of the 15 different positional isomerism, and for example, double bond is between one, then double bond is situated between the second carbon or third carbon or fourth carbon, and so on. So on the basis of the position of the double bond, they can be classified as the positional isomerism. These are some sources of the fatty acids, and we can see that different sources have the different amount of the gram of the fatty acids present in their seed or present in the kernel and present in the oil. So we can see that at a time it is possible. For example, in coconut oil we can see that coconut oil contains monounsaturated fatty acids, and it also contains some content of the polyunsaturated fatty acids. It also has some polysol content. It also has some fat soluble vitamins. So there is a chance that these type of fatty acids are present in the same source at a time, depending upon the source we are taking up. Then we have essential some clinical aspects of these fatty acids. And these fatty acids, these clinical aspects are mostly related to the essential fatty acids. As we discussed earlier, there are three polyunsaturated fatty acids: linolenic acid, linoleic acid, and arachidonic acid are also called as the essential fatty acids, as they cannot be synthesized in our body. Hence, if they are not taken in the diet, they can lead to the growth retardation and other deficiency manifestation symptoms. The function of the essential fatty acids are that they are the structural elements of the tissues. Polyunsaturated fatty acids occur in high concentration in lipids, and they form certain elements of the tissue. They also involve in the structural formation of some gonads, and it suggests that they have very important role in reproductive system. They are involved in the synthesis of the prostaglandins, and prostaglandins are the, as we discussed earlier, they are the inflammatory mediators and indicative of the immune system. Then we have the structural elements of the mitochondrial elements, and the deficiency of essential fatty acids lead to the swelling of the mitochondrial membrane and reduction in the efficiency of the oxidative phosphorylation. So this may explain for the increased heat production and in essential fatty acid deficient elements. Then we have in our blood, we have certain levels of cholesterol, and these are fats. And these fats with high content of polyunsaturated fatty acids tend to lower the serum level of cholesterol. So if the diet contains essential fatty acids, it will lead to the decrease the serum concentration of the pathogenic cholesterol. These fatty acids have a role in the fatty liver. If the deficiency of essential fatty acids is there, then it will lead to the fatty liver. What is fatty liver? Fatty liver is the deposition of excess of fat more than 5% in the liver. Normally there is about 10% of the fat present in the liver. It has also a role in the vision. For example, docosahexaenoic acid is the most abundant polyenoic fatty acid which is present in the retinal photoreceptors membrane, and it enhances the electrical response of the photoreceptors, and its part is their play in the optimal vision. So its intake for linolenic acid has to be taken in the diet. Efficiency of the essential fatty acid is not been dramatically demonstrated in the human. However, some weaning animal symptoms of essential fatty acids are produced in the animal model, and these are the inhibition of the growth, production of several skin lesions, and for example hypertrophy of the cells, hyperkeratosis, that is the hypertrophy of the stratum corneum. Skin becomes abnormally permeable to the water, increased loss of water, increased body metabolic rate, abnormalities of the pregnancy and lactation in adult females, and the production of the fatty liver and kidney damage. These all effects are present in the animal, not in the human. However, there is a chance that if maybe these effects are 25% or 50% may produce in the human organism. In some cases, in human, if their deficiency may be linked with the eczema or dermatitis. What is eczema? Eczema is basically the skin dryness at a such level that it can lead to the severe rash, and it is very generalized. Especially, it is very common in the hand and the leg, in the foot. Then clinically it is found that degenerative changes in the arterial wall may be due to the deficiency of the essential fatty acid in human. There are certain cases are reported in which the administration of the essential fatty acid, especially in case of eczema of the children, and in case of prevention of the fatty liver, it has been found very good results, and it also found it lowering the blood cholesterol level, especially in infant and babies. Okay. Then fate of essential fatty acid is that they undergo beta oxidation after necessary assimilation and epimerization like other fatty acids. So this is a summary again. We are reviewing. These are saturated fatty acid in which there is no double bond. Unsaturated fatty acid, there is a double bond, and this double bond may be single. It is monounsaturated fatty acid. These double bond may be multiple, and these are termed as polyunsaturated fatty acids. Just like this, polyunsaturated fatty acid has an ability to undergo hydrogenation process because there is multiple points are there where hydrogen group can be added. So on hydrogenation, these fatty acids are converted into hydrogenated fats, and hydrogenated fats become are those fats in which the physical nature of the fats is changed. Then we have short chain fatty acids, medium chain fatty acids, and long chain fatty acids. As our lab group, we will identify and we will differentiate between short chain and long fatty acids. So I have added this one in this lecture. So short chain fatty acids are those straight chain fatty acids in which the number of carbon atoms are fewer. That is either less than 5 or either less than 6. In some books it is less than 5 and in some it is less than 6. Whatever. So these are fewer than 6. Then we have medium chain fatty acids. Medium chain fatty acids are those straight chain aliphatic chains in which the number of carbon atoms are in between 6 to 10 carbon atoms. Then we have long chain fatty acids, and long chain fatty acids are those in which the number of carbon atoms are more than 12. There are certain questions and it is a revision of the lecture as well. Now the question is that which of the following describe the desaturation of the fatty acids. Now we have 5 options. First point, the second number after the colon point shows the number of the double bond. In the option A, 16 raised to 0, it means there is no double bond. Desaturation is occur only in the double bond. So among these we have the choice in 16C, and in which desaturation occurs. Desaturation means single bond is converted into double bond. Okay, so desaturation will be equivalent to the formation of a double bond. Then the option C is the right answer. In option D and E, basically there is a hydrogenation process in which number of double bond become decreased. If double bond increase, the process is called as desaturation.